little over a week ago, we had a nor'easter that dumped over a foot of snow. 1 week later, the snow has melted. Plants are waking up quickly. The lawn is greening up fast. The storm brought down a lot of limbs and a lot of trees. As I walked around my yard yesterday, I felt very overwhelmed. I felt behind. But as I continued to walk around the garden, I realized a number of things. There is so much beauty amongst all the chaos, and that I should just embrace this beauty. After all, my gardening season has just barely begun. Starting in the spring, I evaluate my garden, and I look at areas of my garden that have color and areas that don't have any color. And I make notes on what I plan to do to ensure I have color in those missing areas for next year. I like to divide and move my plants. It helps save money. Did you know that dividing your perennial plants and bulbs is not only good for you in your garden, but it's also good for the plants? We live in such a fast-paced world, and I have to remind myself, gardening is therapy for my soul. So I need to take a breath, step back, and evaluate my garden. Just pick a section and tackle it the best that I can, and simply find small victories in anything that I can get done. Today, tomorrow, this week, this month, and this gardening season. The key is to enjoy the process along the way. Focus on the beauty that lies in your own garden or in your own space, beyond all the chaos. It's very easy for us to compare and contrast our garden spaces. But I think it's important to get inspiration from other people's gardens. Many of us have friends and family members who have gardens. There are also local parks with beautiful garden spaces. I think it's great to look at all those spaces and get ideas, spring, summer, fall, and even in the winter, and see how you can incorporate that inspiration into your own space, be it a big space or a small space. I feel like many of us have a story through our gardens. Let me share with you the story behind my garden. The original plants in this garden came from my first home. Since I loved gardening, I collected a lot of plants at that home. And when I moved, I took pieces of plants from that house and brought them over to this house. There are a large number of plants that are in my garden that came from the home where my husband grew up in. His mom was an avid gardener, and I got many pieces of plants from her home. And then there are some plants in my garden that came from my childhood home. And well, who doesn't love a good sale? There are also a number of plants in my gardens that I've collected over time from various yard sales, backyard plant nurseries, and even stores at the end of the season when they're marking down their plants. I hope this video has inspired you in one way or the other. Tell me, how is your gardening season going so far? Please consider liking this video and subscribing to my channel. Thank you, and make it a great day with gardening.